Do you punish evildoers at any cost?
Find out if the Oath of Vengeance Paladin holds up in the D&D 2024 Player's Handbook. I'm the Mind Flayer Slayer.
And I'm Dr. DM, and we are bringing you the last of Paladin subclasses with Oath of Vengeance. We're going to give you our full review, go through every single ability for this class, and finally, stay tuned because we're going to give you our rating, which we're going to hope is higher than the other ones.
Yeah,
okay.
I think this one's going to be a little bit of more redemption, but we'll find out.
Hey.
Starting with your Oath of Vengeance spells. Remember, with your expanded spell list in D&D 2024, everyone gets all of the spells on the list. There's no picking and choosing. They are known to you at all times. At 3rd level, you are getting Bane and Hunter's Mark. At 5th level, Hold Person and Misty Step. At 9th level, Haste and Protection from Energy.
Haste!
Haste! At 13th level, you're getting Banishment and Dimension Door. And at 17th level, you're getting Hold Monster and Scrying. This is undoubtedly the best expanded spell list among any of the other Paladin options. Nothing else even comes remotely close.
I agree. High tier, Banishment, especially Haste, Hold Person, Hold Monster, useful skills, and Hunter's Mark here from the Ranger spells, which it had from the previous edition. So this is a good way to buff your combat, buff out of combat. It's definitely the most complete
even
of the
Dimension
list.
Door. I mean, that 500 feet of teleportation is pretty solid.
It is a useful tool to have. Continuing at level 3 is Vow of Enmity. When you take the attack action, you can expend one of your channel divinities to utter a Vow of Enmity against a creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You have advantage on attack rolls against that creature for 1 minute, so basically all the combat, or until used feature again. If the creature drops 0 hit points before the vow ends, you can transfer the vow to a different creature within 30 feet, no action required. Huge buff. Before I think it was an action, and you couldn't just move it to another creature.
Yeah.
So, boom, you're in combat. First thing you do, there's like a boss or something. Vow of Enmity immediately, then you're just
100%.
attacking. You're going to town with advantage on all your attacks.
Yeah, this
Incredible.
is pretty good. This is pretty good.
And if that creature dies, or it's like a horde of creatures, next one advantage. I mean, this is huge. This is actually impactful immediately right away at level 3, unlike some of the other subclasses, which were sort of a middling.
Yeah, this is very good.
And the fact they gave us a bonus action, you're still free to do whatever you want as your main action.
At level 7, you get Relentless Avenger. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you can reduce the creature's speed to 0 until you end the current turn. You can then move up to half your speed as part of the same reaction. This movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. This is incredible. If you're up in there with a boss and like a friend needs help, or they're running, or a goblin's running after one of your friends, you can reduce that creature's speed, then you run up to them and you don't get the opportunity attack from the boss. This is great. I mean, I really like this.
It's a really good frontliner ability where you stay on top of things, don't let anybody get past you. This is a good tank.
Yeah.
A good tanking ability. It almost functioned as Sentinel and Polearm Master. You know, the combo where they try to get into you and you stop
Absolutely.
them. So if you use one of those legacy feats, for example, and then you're stopping people as they move, you get to, they come in with a Polearm Master, right? And you stop them there. You don't even need to take Sentinel because it's baked into this. So
it really is quite powerful.
that's very strong. I like that. You're definitely fulfilling that tank, that knight who's in shining armor at the front of the battlefield, leading your friends and making sure the backline is protected. So level 15 is Soul of Vengeance. Immediately after a creature under the effect of your Vow of Enmity hits or misses with an attack roll, hits or misses,
That's pretty solid.
you can take a reaction to make a melee attack against that creature if it's within range, right? So you're going head to head with the boss or whatever it is, right? You're trading blows back and forth, and whenever they hit you, you just hit them right back. So you're attacking. I mean, this is increasing your attacks by 50% or more. You have your normal extra attack at this point, and then you're hitting again. Every turn, your reaction's never going to go to waste.
There's not a limit on this. You can use it throughout the entirety of combat. There's no long rest.
Oh, or you can only use the X times proficiency bonus or charisma. That's very good. I mean, getting an extra attack, that's coveted. I mean, just an extra attack.
An extra attack's an extra attack.
It's level 15, but still, I mean, it comes at a point where you want to be doing more damage. This is a way to do it.
At level 20, you get Avenging Angel. As a bonus action, you gain the benefits below for 10 minutes or until you choose to end them. Once you use this feature, you can't do it until you finish a long rest or you expend a level 5 spell slot. This does not require an action. You're going to be getting Flight. You sprout spectral rings on your back and have a flying speed of 60 feet and can hover. And Frightful Aura. Whenever an enemy starts its turn in your aura of protection, that creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the Frighten condition for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. Attack rolls against the frightened creature have advantage.
Okay, now this is a capstone worth using.
This is so good.
Bonus action is always into effect because you're at this level, your aura is already 30 feet of emanation. So you're covering like a lot of the battlefield, right? And if creatures decide to go attack you, this happens to them. If they decide to try to leave, well, you can just chase them down. And the flight means you can get anywhere you want and start having this happen, even from the air, right? You can be 30 feet up in the air and your aura emanation goes down or up or wherever. Here, your movement speed is immediately just doubled.
This is so good, and I can say this is the definitive subclass that you are going to want to take, the definitive oath you're going to want to take if you're going to want to play Paladin.
Yeah.
Nothing else even comes remotely close.
And it has haste, and Misty Step, and Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
Wow, and this is great. If I were playing a level 20 campaign, I would love to have Avenging Angel.
So here's my deal. I am going to rank this one as an A, and here's why. Because I'm not giving anything in this class an S based off of its overall nerfs. But this is an A+ in terms of subclass for me.
Yeah, if the overall kit of Paladin were to better synergize, for example, if Smite was kind of sort of back how it used to be, then all these class and subclasses will get a boost up. But I think an A in some kind of, if you maybe pair this with a 2014 version, this actually could probably go up to S, I say.
Oh, 100%.
Because then you're doing all your smites. If you have 2 or 3 smites per turn, which you're doing with the Relentless Avenger, you can do those all at advantage if they're frightened, or have the aura, the Vow of Enmity on them, and then you're fishing for crits on every single smite, and it's awesome. That's
and
a huge
I am
combo.
I am going to make a maybe controversial take.
Oh no, hot take! Hot take!
At the end of all of this Paladin reviews, I am going to be using the 2014 for my table when it comes to Paladin. I'm going to allow the characters to still have their smites because it just takes so much away to limit them in that way. So I know some people will likely be doing the same thing. It is a disappointment, but sometimes you got to make house rules. And for me, I am not going to take away from another player's
enjoyment or like their fantasy of what a Paladin is or could be. Yeah, I agree. With all the other classes getting buffed, there's no reason to not have your Divine Smites. You can use them twice a turn, right?
It's not been like working fine for 10 years.
It's not like Paladin gets 4 attacks or something like Fighter, right? So yeah, I agree with that. I would like to try the 2024 Paladin, maybe, if we get a chance, but otherwise I do like 2014 version better, although some of these subclasses have seen some mid to okay reworks, but Vengeance is like, it's through the roof. It's a very powerful class, highly recommended for your Paladin, unless you love the flavor of being kind of druidic or whatever. Then there's, of course, they have the virtues. Roleplay, of course, is the #1 reason to play D&D. So but we're rating these mechanically right now, and that's where we stand. So thank you very much for watching all reviews of Paladin and their subclasses.
We are bringing you Monk next.
Woo!
And we are bringing you new content every single day until we get through the entire D&D 2024 Player's Handbook. Please remember to Divine Smite that like button 1 time. And also, please subscribe, leave a comment down below. We love engaging with all of you. We will see you next time for Monk.
All right, Paladins, roll out.